score. Fly ball, double play, Yankees win again today. Those damn Yankees, why can't we beat them? He's out, he's safe, he's out, he's safe, he's out, he's safe, he's out. You blind him, you blind him, you must be out of your mind.
6 months of every year, he lives on the television set.
He's out, he's safe, he's out.
The man of my fantastic love. I forget. 6 months of every year, we know there is no other day.
He's out, he's safe, he's out.
If he's home by 6 and 6 to 1, there's a game.
Let's go.
6 months out of every year, when we cook for them, it never ends. Instead of praising our good luck, they're all praising the place of really
He's out, he's safe, he's out, he's safe, he's out, he's safe, he's out. Strike 3, ball 4, walk around the Tigers score. Fly ball, double play, Yankees win again today. Those damn Yankees, why can't we beat them? He's out, he's safe, he's out, he's safe, he's out, he's safe, he's out. You're blind him, you must be out of your mind. Let's go. Let's go. What are you waiting for? April, May, June, July, August, September.
April, May, June, July, August,
Slide. All 6 months out of every. You're blind him, you must be out of your mind. April, May, June, July, August, September.
April, May, June, July, August, September. 6 months out of every
Okay, so Jose, don't try to murder. Just slide one through the infield. Come on, so Jose, get lucky. Oh, boy, ball in the dirt, he swings. That does it.
The Washington Senators win here. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, maybe they will next time.
Damn Yankees.
What, dear?
I'd like to beat those damn Yankees just once.
Well, how can you be champions?
We had just one long ball hitter. Just one.
Honestly, Joe, you're going to give yourself a stroke. Or at least ulcers.
Wait!
Joe, my friend's sister and Doris, they like baseball, but they don't suffer so. Well, I'm going to bed. I've got bridge till tomorrow. Good night.
Yeah, sure. I mean, good night. Bye, old girl. Wait! One long ball hitter. That's all we need. Tell myself one long ball hitter. Where'd you come from?
Good evening.
Who are you?
A man who agrees with you.
Agrees?
One long ball hitter. That's what the team needs.
You're right about that. You live around here?
My name is Applegate, and I think we have something in common. A love of the national game.
You bet. Care to sit down?
Thank you. You don't like to see the Senators in 7th place.
Well, they may pull together yet.
I'm here to make you a proposition. Not only would you like to see Washington win a pennant, but your secret journey all your life has been to be a baseball player yourself.
Wasn't so bad in high school.
Not so bad. They were scouting you for Kansas City. Why? You slipped your spike shoes in your glove. They're up in your bedroom.
Who told you?
Would you like to be the greatest baseball player in all history?
Big joke.
No joke. You could be a great ball player.
I can't even bend over and touch my toes.
Try it, just for laughs.
No.
With my help, a lot of things can be easy. Oh, do you smoke?
How'd you pull that off?
I'm handy with fire.
Who are you?
Perfect, Harper's boy. I have historical significance too. In fact, I'm responsible for most of the history you can name.
Listen, I don't know what the gag is, but
Talking to yourself? So you finally flipped your lid. What are you doing out here talking to yourself? In the dark.
talking to who?
It comes with old age, Joe. You know, talking to yourself.
It does?
Is anything the matter?
I was just thinking about the game.
We went to the game yesterday. It was lady say. And must I say, the hot dogs at the park are not what they used to be. I had the poorest hot dog I ever had.
Is Meg still up?
No, she went to bed a while ago.
We just came from our ballet lesson.
That's okay. We'll see her at Bridge Club tomorrow.
To be the hero who leads the team out of the wilderness to the championship.
The Senators are in 7th place.
Your powerful, bludgeoning, and sparkling play will inspire the team to greatness. We'll call you Hardy, Joe Hardy. You'll be 22 years old. They'll put a new wing on that museum at Cooperstown dedicated to you, the Hardy Shrine.
Well, what do you want me to do?
Just leave everything to me. My job, my wife. This is a big operation. You can't let things like that get in the way.
I just disappear, is that it?
Very simple.
And what happens after I stop being a baseball player? Then where would I be?
Well, that, of course, is fairly well known.
Yes, but
After all, there's nothing unusual about it. How do you suppose some of these politicians around town got started? And parking lot owners?
still, if what they
Look,
say...
I've got something to trade here. I'm giving you an opportunity to be what you've wanted to be all your life.
In my business with what you call an escape clause.
This is not a real estate deal.
If I'm like it, I ought to be able to get out.
Get out?
I've got my wife to consider.
All right, enough about your wife. Wives, they cause me more trouble than the Methodist Church. I'm trying to be understanding. But all this haggling. All right, I'll give you a chance to get out.
Well, sure, in that case.
On the 24th of September at midnight. I wouldn't do it, but I don't want those damn Yankees to win.
You can say that again.
It's a deal.
It is.
And the other hand.
That's it.
Sure, what? Did you expect to sign your name in blood or some phony stuff like that? Come on, don't waste any more time. The team needs you.
I want to leave a note for my wife. I'm going to go get my hat and gloves.
Okay, tell her you're going to Little America to interest Eskimos in split-level housing.
I'm nearly ready.
I'll call a taxi.
shirts in the summer too.
I don't have to, but when I see a guy like you that's uncovered, I get worried.
I've been uncovered for a long time. I don't worry.
Everyone should have an insurance policy.
Next year, maybe. How's the crossword coming, Smokey?
Very difficult.
So Ferguson gives me the signal to steal. It's a pitch out. By the time I get there, everyone's waiting for me except Ford Frick.
Hey, Sahovic, what's a three-letter word for a sticky substance? Spit? No, that's fine. Duh.
Gum?
Oh, gum. How'd you think of that?
Look, Rocky, what's this sign mean? Hit and run. Sure. Can you steal it back? I take. And it counts 2 in 1.
I don't do nothing.
How can you not do nothing? When I wipe the signal, watch what follows. You hit away!
Oh, sure!
Why can you remember that last night? You could have cost us a big inning.
It's not that I'm dumb, Benny.
Nobody's saying you're dumb. Exactly.
It's just that when we play those Yankees, I kind of tense up. I kind of lose my head. I figure, what the hell is the
You
use?
listen to this guy?
Benny, there is something different about him.
What do you mean different?
Well, we don't make the same goofers when we're playing Kansas City.
Okay, now listen to me, all of you. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Boys, I know you're not yellow. Smokey, you run into fences until you drive you crazy, and Rocky play games with a broken hand. But your mental state's all out in left field. Now, baseball is only one half skill. The other half is something else. Something much bigger. You gotta have heart. All you really need is heart. When the odds are saying you'll never win, that's when the grin should start. You gotta have hope. Mustn't sit around and mope. Nothing's half as bad as it may appear. Wait till next year and hope. When your luck is bad and zero, get your chin up off the floor. Mister, you can be a hero. You can open any door. There's nothing to it but to do it. You gotta have heart. Miles and miles and miles of heart. Oh, it's fine to be a genius, of course, but keep that old horse before the car. First you gotta have heart.
A great slugger we haven't got. A great pitcher we haven't got.
A great ball club we haven't got.
What have we got? We've got heart. All you really need is heart. When the odds are saying you'll never win, that's when the grin should start. We've got hope. Mustn't sit around and mope. Not a solitary sod do we need, Mister, 'cause we've got hope.
Boys, I'm proud of you.
We're so happy that we're humming.
That's the hardy thing to do.
Cause we know our ship will come in. So it's 10 years overdue.
We've got heart. Miles and miles and miles of heart. Always fine to be a genius, of course, but keep that old horse before the cart.
So what the heck's the use of crying?
Why should we curse? We gotta get better.
Cause we can't get worse.
And to add to it, start.
We're so happy that we're laughing.
Ha ha ha!
That's the hard thing to do.
Boom boom boom!
So we ain't been autographing.
Ha ha ha!
Set to sign an IOU.
Boom boom boom! We've got hearts, miles and miles and miles apart. Always trying to be a genius, of course. We keep them of course before the cars.
Who minds those pop bottles flying?
The hisses and boos. The team has been consistent.
Yeah, we always lose.
But we're laughing 'cause we've got hearts. We've got hearts. We've got hearts.
We didn't invite you to press in this morning, Gloria.
Benny, you're very foolish to have this prejudice against me just because I'm a woman. My paper gives you as much space as the others do.
I was wondering why you were here so early.
I came to see naked men.
Oh, I know.
My boss is very anxious to find out what some of your players think of the Yankees.
I can tell you something right now. My players don't play dead for the Yankees or any other club for that matter.
Are you Mr. Van Buren, the Washington manager?
Why give them any thought? They're a swell bunch of fellas and
Oh yes, they're very polite, and then they'll beat your brains out.
they're just another team as far as we're concerned.
I ran somewhere that talking about handicapping the Yankees, making them carry extra weight, like with horses.
Yeah? What the hell's on your mind, Mac?
Applegate is my name. My card?
I'm busy. See my secretary.
Mr. Van Buren, I'm a longtime fan of the Washington Senators.
I told you, I'm busy.
And for some time now, I've been beating the bushes for talent. This here is young Joe Hardy. Joe's quite the boy with the bat in his hands, and I want you to give him a try.
Where have you been playing, kid?
Oh, here and there.
Where's here and there?
If you just let me hit a few, Mr. Van Buren.
What have you got to lose?
All right, Smokey.
He can hit the ball a country mile.
You call me Benny? Take this kid up to the field.
Oh, gee, thanks,
Tell
Mr.
Buster to throw him a few.
Sure thing. Come on, Mac.
Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going?
My protege needed my advice.
Buster will give him all the advice he needs. The ball field is for players. You want to go watch? Let's see how it stands. Is that a problem?
Love it, Mac. Just love it. And will you be becoming my attractive friend?
Oh, I'll watch, but nothing will happen.
Want to bet?
Good job.
Yeah.
Where could he have been all these years? What could he have been doing? Henry,
Yes, Benny.
get out there and tell Buster to throw hard.
He is throwing hard. Can't you hear him grunt?
Go out there and tell him to bear down.
Sure.
Hey, batting practice is one thing. Let's see how he does in a game, man.
Hey, you sure got a nice swing.
She's gone.
Over the fence.
It's just luck.
It's costing this club money. Hey kid, get in here.
This kid's pretty good. I bet he knows how to dine.
You say your name was? Joe?
Yes, sir. Joe Hurd.
You hit the ball pretty good.
Thanks.
How about your fielding?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I mean, my manager is supposed to be here.
Did you want me, Joe?
Yes, Mr. Applegate. They want me to field some.
Well, go ahead, boy. You can do anything. You know that.
What position you play?
I like to be shortstop.
All right, we'll get out there.
How do you like my boy, Mr. Van Buren?
Not bad.
Not bad. Did he get that horse side right out of the park? Did he get that bad end of the bat on the pill? Bye-bye, baby. How about that?
Who's up there? Mel Allen?
Hey, he's got an arm.
Got an arm. He's got an arm like a cannon.
Not bad. How about you throw him a couple of Texas leaguers? See how he backs up underneath them.
What's the story on this kid?
You saw where he was hitting them, didn't you? Over the garden wall.
All right, Joe, come in.
Who's he been playing for?
His name is Joe Hardy.
Oh, you're a big help.
Nothing but Sandlot ball. Hey, whereabouts?
Out west.
The big place. Oh, Hannibal, Missouri.
Is that your hometown?
Yeah, that's it. Boy, it's to get hot there sometimes. We just sit around and wait for the cold air to come down from Canada.
Not too bad.
Thanks.
think we'll give you a contract. Send you one of our farm clothes for a little seasoning.
Seasoning? That's ridiculous.
What do you say, kid?
No, sir. I don't think so.
Why not?
I haven't got time.
Time?
Baseball's in a rut. If Ty Cobb came down here looking for a chance, you'd send him to Little Rock for 3 years. All right, Joe. Come on, we'll go where we'll be appreciated.
Gee, Miss Bender, just give me one more chance, will you? I love the Senators.
So do I, and there's only a few of us left.
Get your bag. Buster!
More seasoning, eh? That ball's only going for a 600-foot ride.
It's the longest ball I've ever seen.
I think I just swallowed my chewing tobacco.
Yeah, kid, come in. You win. Get a uniform.
You mean it?
I mean it.
Yeah, I mean it! Oh man, Mr. Rocky. How can I ever thank you?
Oh, I'll find a way.
Baby, this is wonderful. Listen, guys, don't think I'm crazy or going off my chump or something. You've got no idea what this means.
Hey, it feels good, Joe.
All my life I dreamed. Oh, gee.
Hey, relax, kid.
I will.
I don't want you to tense up on us.
Let me wait on you, boy. I got a hunch you're gonna bring us a good rock.
Me too. Oh, no.
Hey, hold still.
Well, I'm glad I came by this morning.
Something happened after all, eh?
Give me the real story on this, will ya?
Oh, he's a natural talent, that's all.
Oh, don't be coy.
Thanks very much for the loan of your shoes.
You're right by them, Joe.
What was the matter with your own shoes? I saw you bring in a pair.
Those were too small for me.
Your own shoes?
Yeah, I guess my feet must have swollen. It must be the excitement or the heat or something.
Yeah. Why don't I take you up to meet Mr. Welch?
Oh, great. Shouldn't I get my shoes?
I've got it. Shoeless Joe Hardy.
Ah, so that's what you're gonna call him?
That's what everyone's gonna call him. I'll give this club some publicity.
Huh, Shoeless Joe. Pretty good.
I'll help you celebrate, boys.
Don't forget.
Let's make Joe famous.
Sure, I'm willing. Okay, how do we make him famous?
Shoeless Joe from Hannibal, Mo.
Shoeless Joe from Hannibal, Mo.
Little hold down for our new star.
Shoeless Joe from Hannibal, Mo.
What'd she say his name was?
Shoeless Joe from Hannibal, Mo.
She's gonna call him Shoeless Joe. Gee, Miss Thorpe, we sure get some wonderful ideas.
Oh, I've got lots of ideas. Who came along in a puff of smoke?
Shoeless Joe from Hannibal, Mo.
Strong as a heart, who mighty oak.
Shoeless Joe from Hannibal, Mo. Long here we see having him.
Shoeless Joe from Hannibal, Mo.
Just when the future is looking grim,
Shoeless Joe from Hannibal, Mo.
came a long, long way to be with us today.
With arms of steel like Hercules.
Yeah!
Feet as fleet as Mercury's. He'll fight for us, do right for us.
He'll be a beacon of light for us. See Shoeless Joe from Hannibal, Mo. Go, 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 go.
Go like that, and you know it.
Shoeless Joe from Hannibal, Mo.
Strike at a fool, let him know you're there.
Shoeless Joe from Hannibal, Mo. Shoeless Joe from Hannibal, Mo. Shoeless Joe from Hannibal, Mo.
On the sea,
As fresh as Listerine.
sneeze and blew away cat. His laughter ripped apart in half.
Go, 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 go.
Let sevens come, 11s come.
Let man from the heavens come. May Shoeless Joe from Hannibal, Mo. Go, 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 go.
Go like a bat, and you know it.
Shoeless Joe from Hannibal, Mo.
Strike at a fool, let him know you're there.
Shoeless Joe from Hannibal, Mo.
Look out, look out, look out, look out.
For Shoeless Joe, the mythical boy from Hannibal, Mo.
and we want to cooperate in every way. That's why I brought you in. But you know, sometimes I just don't understand you girls.
May I have your autograph, please? It's for my niece. She's sick.
After all these lean years, we finally bring you a great ball player, someone for you will always be proud of. And right away, this Gloria Thorpe starts sniping him.
You know Glory, Mr. Welch. The eager type. She's just curious.
It doesn't help.
As a matter of fact, I'm curious myself. How about those shoes? How come he couldn't get into his own shoes?
A pair of spiked shoes. They all look the same. He just grabbed the wrong pair. What's the mystery of that? Good grief. This kid has gone from pinch hitter to idol of the nation in 1 month's time. He's making this whole team come to life. And then you fellas want to cause some trouble.
And I'll get Joe Hardy's too.
Here comes somebody.
He's nobody. Are you anybody?
Not a soul.
Look, now you mustn't be temperamental.
I'm not. Only the questions that Gloria Thorpe dame asks are none of her business.
Just play ball with them a little, will you, kid?
They're a bunch of crooks. You tell them one thing, and then they write down whatever comes to their heads.
Look, I'll just have him talk, and I'll tell him he's off his rocker.
Well, Joe, you get to be a regular prima donna.
Why do they have to keep after me? Why can't I just play baseball instead of sitting around answering a bunch of questions, making up things about my past?
Oh, it's all right. If you ever get in a jam, you can always turn to me.
I don't want to get in a jam.
Also, it seems as though sometimes you forget who made you what you are today.
I'm batting .480.
As a baseball player, you are a triumph. As a man who goes through the bargain, you leave something to be desired. I followed you last night,
Oh?
and then I followed you the night before.
Oh. Don't you know where I am without all that effort?
No, Joe, see, I have to do most things the hard way. The only thing that comes absolutely effortless is that cigarette. Now I'm trying to break myself of the filthy habit.
Well, are there any objections to my walking around where I used to live?
Yes, you know how I feel about home and wives.
That's why I didn't tell you I was going back. I love baseball, Mr. Applegate, but I'm homesick.
Joe, I planned some diversion for you. I sent for a very attractive girl from Chicago.
Oh, I don't like people from Chicago. I sold a house to a couple from Chicago once who tried
Oh, nuts with that, Joe. I'm offering you a chance to know one of the most fascinating women ever known in the history of the world.
No, thank you.
Well, don't go back to Magnolia Street. Do you understand? I forbid.
You don't owe me yet. Not until midnight on the 24th.
And then,
Is it so terrible just to want to go home?
it's gauche. You're too big for that kind of sentimental nonsense. You just think things over.
I am thinking things over. I'm thinking about a lot of things. A man doesn't know what he has until he loses it. When a man has the love of a woman, he abuses it. I don't know what I had when I had my own love. I don't know what I had till I said goodbye, oh love. Yes, a man doesn't know what he has till it is no longer around. But the happy thought is, whatever it is, he's lost. May something once again be found.
Joe, Mr. Welch wants to speak with you.
Joe. Yes, sir. Joe, Miss Thorpe hadn't quite finished talking to you yet. You don't mind, do you, lad?
I'll do whatever you say, Mr. Welch.
Okay, man.
Joe's feeling better now. Do you have any other questions for him?
It's not that I've got more questions, Mr. Welch, but I don't think I've got an answer to the one I've asked.
Which one?
Your family.
They've all passed away. I haven't any family. Nobody.
What about your friends?
Well, he's got one friend that I know of. Put me down, little girl.
What about your friends back in Hannibal? Heard from any of them?
If you'll permit me to say a word, I happen to represent the Hannibal Bugle. And I'm telling you right now that everybody in our little old town is as proud of pumpkins of little old Joe.
Well, thank you, little old you, and thank you, little old Joe.
Quit picking on the boy, will you? He hasn't got anything more to say. If you have any questions, ask me.
Okay. Do you think Washington is going to win the pennant?
When I swim the channel.
Don't be so funny.
What's so funny? What's so damn funny about Washington winning the pennant?
Now, Joe.
Who's winning more games than we are?
Well, Joe.
I don't see why it's such a funny idea that we should cut the pennant. All we have to do is win games. Here. I guess I talked too much.
No, you didn't. These newspaper people don't know what it's like to have your heart in a ball club like you do. Okay, We're not in the first division, but strange things happen in baseball. We're rising. We're getting better. So you think what you please, and I'll think what I please. But don't blame me for loving this boy who's made it possible for me to hope again. Now you can put it in your papers that we'll have this pennant sewed up by the 25th of September. Isn't that right?
The 25th? The season ends on the 25th?
That's right, my boy. We'll have it sewed up by the 24th. Now there's a statement for you.
How sneaky can a fella get? Lola,
Hiya, Chief.
welcome to the nation's capital.
Thank you, Chief.
How was your trip?
Perfect. The plane crashed in Cleveland.
Good, good. Now, how about that job in Chicago?
Cleared the whole thing up before I left. I got the old boy to my bells of $100,000 and lost it for him at the racetrack. Then his wife left him and he took to drink. I told him I was through and he jumped out of the window. 22nd story.
That's high enough. That's fine.
Want me to try the Empire State on the next one?
Oh, no, no, Lola. This is a straight seduction job. New boy I just got hold of. Look, Lola, I've done a terrible, foolish thing. I'm really ashamed to admit it. I let this real estate genius talk me into an escape clause.
I've never heard of
And
it.
you'll never hear of it again. I've got too much on in my mind. It slipped by me. I'm overworked.
I know, poor dear. Election's coming up.
So when I made this Joe Hardy
Joe
deal,
Hardy?
that's his name.
Gee, they say he's really great. Clarence just raved about him.
Who's Clarence?
Oh, you know. Oh.
Okay, Lola, look, here's a tie-up. This is a mass torture deal like the 30 Years' War. I've got thousands of Washington fans drooling under the illusion that the senators are going to win a pennant.
Oh, Chief, that's awfully good. There'll be suicides and heart attacks and apoplexies, just like the good old days.
Right. The key to this whole thing is this fella, you see? But he wants to go back to his wife. For all I know, he's sneaking out there right this minute.
Well, don't worry, Chief. You know, I'm pretty good at making men forget their wives. This is a routine case. I'll give him the standard vampire treatment.
Oh, there isn't a homewrecker on my staff like you, Lola. But this one's stubborn.
Oh, come on, Chief. You know I've got what it takes. Don't make me brag. I took the thing out of the king of Siam. I took the starch out of the sails of the Prince of Wales. It's no great art getting the heart of a man on a silver platter. A little brains, a little talent with an emphasis on the latter. I made mincemeat out of a sweet young farmer. I knocked the fight out of the knife when I pierced his armor. And I'll bet I can upset every male in the air. A little brains, a little talent with an emphasis on the latter. You gotta know just what to say and how to say it. You gotta know what needs to play and how to play it. You gotta stack those stacks with a couple of extra aces. Well, this queen has a races in all the right places. I've done much more than that old boy, Delilah. I took the curl out of the hair of a millionaire. There is no trick getting some hick who is full. Just a little warmer, a little talent, a little brains with an emphasis on the former. Split out the home way up in Nome, Alaska, and wreck the life of every wife down in Madagascar. Ask me why with metal dice for me strong and simply shattered. A little brains, a little talent with an emphasis on the latter. You gotta know
I need those eggs.
Here.
Get Meg to come with us.
Yes, Maxie. After we finish speaking, why not come out of town with us?
No thanks.
Meg, you have to face it. Joe's never coming back.
Oh, I'd like to pretend he is.
Well, you gotta go on living.
I am living.
Living life to the fullest. Now come with us. We're going to see Gregory Peck out the train in California.
Come in. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were deliveries.
No, I came about. That is, someone told me you had a room you might be willing to rent.
Me. Rent a room.
That's what they said. Some fellow down at the corner. I'm looking for a nice, quiet place.
My goodness, I never even thought of renting a room.
I wouldn't be any trouble. I can promise you that.
Well, I'm sure you wouldn't, but you see, Mr.
Joe Hardy.
My husband's name is Joe.
Is that so? That's quite a coincidence.
He's away.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yes.
For long?
Not too long, I hope. He had to go on a trip.
I guess that's why this fellow thought you might have an extra room.
I wonder who that could be.
Meg!
Dear, excuse me. A friend of mine and her sister from my hometown are baking for the bridge club. Just make yourself at home.
But he'll come back to you again.
I'm sorry too, it's taking so long. My friends think it'll be good for me to take in a boarder.
Oh, I'd certainly appreciate it.
They're coming right in to meet you as soon as they fix their hair. Now, I have a room that was my husband's den, and we can use as a guest room. Would you like to see it?
Oh, I know it's all right.
You better take a look at it. Oh, and I have to ask you not to use the downstairs when I have bridge club. That's every 3 days.
Oh, that wouldn't bother me. I'd be away quite a bit anyhow. I go away for like 2 or 3 weeks at a time.
Oh, I see.
You have to live in hotels when you're out on the road, and you get kind of lonesome just to be in somebody's house. That's why I thought, well, you see, I was just walking around the neighborhood wishing I could live out this way.
I guess I see through you. You just miss someone you left behind. Is that it?
Yes, I do. I miss somebody something awful.
I know who that is.
A man doesn't know what he has until he loses it. When a man has the love of a woman, he abuses it. I don't know what I had when I had my own love. I don't know what I had till I said goodbye, oh love. Yes, a man doesn't know what he has till it is no longer around. But the happy thought is, whatever it is, he's lost. May someday once again be found.
I know what you mean, Joe, only too well, for I am lonely just like you. Only for my Joe, my sweet Joe, how really sweet I never really knew. A woman doesn't know what she has until she loses it.
I know I did. You can just tell. He's such a nice boy. Oh, look out. Here he is. I want you to meet my friends. Mr. Harford, this is Sister Miller.
Hello there.
And Doris Miller. How do you do?
Isn't it a gorgeous day?
Sister, what do you?
Look, Miss Floyd, here's a mighty funny thing. While I was clearing out that top drawer, I found an envelope addressed to you.
Did? What's strange? I thought he looked ever after. What do you know about that? My gosh, look, money. Well, say, you certainly have brought me luck. Look at this, kids. I guess Joe left that there.
You're Joe Hardy, aren't you?
I guess I am.
Meg, it's Joe Hardy, not Joe Harper. It's Joe Hardy, the greatest baseball player ever. Oh my God, I'm flabbergasted. May I have your autograph, please?
Oh, Meg, I don't know what's happened to you. He's a hero.
We saw your game the other day, and that pitch from the seventh, was that mid-side row? Did he loosen you off? Ooh, and that double play in the third. Did you hurt your hands?
I'm from City Hall.
Where?
City Hall, just serving an official notice in the neighborhood.
What kind of notice?
New zoning law. No one in this neighborhood is allowed to take rumors.
But they do. People do.
Effective as of today.
What's this?
Why, this man.
It's all right, Miss Floyd. I know this man. Let me just talk to
What is this?
You, Mr. Applegate, you're carrying things too far.
Joe, she's here, and I told her all about you. She's interested, know what I mean? A real sexy baby.
Don't be this way. I'm not going to be able to play worth a damn.
How do you think I like it? Wasting my time, not to mention the money spent on costumes.
Mr. Applegate, can't you understand how I feel?
No.
I was married when I was only 20. No matter what went wrong with my life or my business, there was always someone I could trust and a place I could come to where I'd feel protected. This home. And I can't just leave it all at once.
Joe, you're not trying.
And if you'd like to know, I rented a room here.
But I told you! Ow, my hook!
He's gone.
Well, what did he say?
He's just a practical joker.
Huh. I'm not much of a judge of character. It's my husband always said.
We're going to fix up your room with all of Joe's old pictures, Mr. Hardy.
My husband's a great fan, you know.
Oh, fanatic! Every single night in front of the television, you do that tall, lanky slob. Just sit there.
You haven't had such a good time in years.
Neither have I.
Lost in the sun, he said.
They're messing with balls about that's all.
We was in there today.
Hey, just like they told us.
I hope that so-called bombers enjoyed themselves as much as I did tonight.
Hey, you look pretty near like a ball player today.
3 for 5, kid. 3 for 5.
Come on, boys, let's go. A lot of Joe's fans want to do things that night. I asked Joe if he wanted this party, and he said no. He only wanted to be in the Hall of Fame.
Just kidding.
I don't think so.
Look, the party's Joe's a good idea, but in a month or so, the season's over.
Sometimes I think Joe's 14, and sometimes I think he's 50.
Three for 5, kid. 3 for freaking 5. Hey, Rocky. Remember that dumb blonde from that dumb blonde Tamara from the drugstore you were talking to? Yeah. Well, she's outside. She said she wants to talk to you or something. Tell me to keep chewing on her gum till I get there. She asked was I on the reception committee.
You sure dressed the part.
Did you see Dawson throw down his glove when I hit that 3-2 pitch?
I swing the ball. Next thing I know, I'm running third.
Senators 9, well-known Yankees 2. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna memorize that.
Welch was pretty pleased with you guys today.
Yeah.
All right, let's get some sleep. Tomorrow we'll tie the rears back in a boat out for him.
3 for 5! Rocky! Stupid blonde's still there. She says she's tired of chewing gum. She says she wants something to eat now.
I see you're receiving formal mail.
Hey, wanna go, Joe?
Fine, yeah.
Hey, what did you tell that great invisible audience?
I told them we were lifting our mortgage on the 2nd division and taking Thompson on first place.
Hey, you sound like one of them white-collar workers.
Oh, yeah, I used to sell little real estate. Just a side.
Every ball player should have a sideline.
Oh,
Good evening, gentlemen. Great game, Joe. I'm proud of you, my boy.
see, Joe.
Good night, Joe. Get some rest.
Let's go.
Well, we showed those Yankees, didn't we?
If we could just take that doubleheader tomorrow, wouldn't that be great?
We will, you will. I feel it in my bones. Joe, did you happen to notice the charming young lady sitting with me in the box today?
Yeah, I saw her.
She wants to meet you. I'll bring her in.
Well, wait till I get my pants on.
That's my boy.
You know, Mr. Applegate, I got sort of a date out home. I mean, I know you don't like it.
Joe, I do like it. I've changed my mind. I want you to be happy.
Thanks.
But this is a sweet kid. She wants to meet you, so...
Oh, sure.
Lola! She talked about you all through the game. Ah, here we are. Joe, I want you to meet my friend Lola.
How do you do?
This is Joe Hardy.
I have seen him from a distance.
And admire him.
You should not tell what I admire.
Joe, this is Senorita Lolita Banana. They have seen her picture in the papers. She was Miss West Indies of 1957.
Well, it's certainly a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
Joe, keep Lola company for a minute. I'm going to get myself a hot dog.
Oh, gee, where's my manners? Why don't you sit down?
You are so polite. This is where you all get ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Interesting. The truth is, Mr. Joe, I do not know how to talk to a man so famous like you.
Well, how about you, Miss West Indies? That's going some.
It is silly. I am ashamed he told you. Mr. Applegate tries to show me off too much because my picture's in the papers and because maybe I'm pleasing to look at in a bathing suit. Is that so important?
Well, as the fellows around here would say, it ain't bad.
No, Joe. What is inside of me? If I am an interesting person, that is important.
Oh, I agree.
What are those?
Oh, that's where we pack our duffel when we go on the road.
Oh, Joe, you like music? You like dancing?
I'm not so hot at dancing, but I like music. I studied cornet for 3 years.
You help me down, please?
Sure. I really stayed for 4 years. For cornet playing, that is. I mean, to play the cornet, you have to have oh, God!
Oh, Joe, you are a wonderful boy.
I am?
You are so honest.
I'm honest, but I'm dumb, too.
I like people who do not brag about themselves.
Me too. Gee, I don't know
Do
where
you
this
know you and I feel just alike about some things?
We do?
I think we shall come to know each other quite well. Joe, would you like to take me out someplace tonight?
Gee, I sure would like to, but you know what Mr. Van Buren would say.
He'd say, you lucky boy.
No. He'd say it's late. He likes us to get to bed early.
Any place particular? Oh, Joe, you think I am a naughty girl?
I moved out to Chevy Chase this afternoon, and I promised I'd move my things in. I've got to go home.
Home?
Yes, I promised to be there.
You want to hurt Lola's feelings?
No. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
But Lola wants you to stay with her.
Oh, you know, there are strict rules and all.
You can tell me all their rules.
You're making this very complicated.
Then be good boys.
I'm trying to.
And do what Lola tells you to do. Whatever Lola wants, Lola gets. And little Lola wants you. Make up your mind to have no regrets. Resign yourself, you're through. I always get what I aim for. In your heart and soul is what I came for. Whatever Lola wants, Lola gets. No use to fight, don't you know you can't win? You're no exception to the rule. I'm irresistible, you fool. Give in. I always get what I aim
come home to. You want me there, wouldn't you?
I see.
You're awfully wonderful, and I wish I was two people, but I'm only one. And I'm married.
What a flop! Just a routine case, eh?
I was wrong. He's different.
Alibi up.
I never ran up one like that before.
Oh, bosh and double bosh. Get yourself a new line. Your methods are old-fashioned. Whatever Lola wants.
All right, Chief. You just give me time. Just give me time.
There isn't any time. They go out on the western trip. When they get back, I'll smoke him out. When they get back, I'll start a scandal in the neighborhood. She'll have to throw him out.
What kind of scandal?
Good Lord, the boy's living right there in that house with that woman. Aren't you shocked? I am.
Hey, you didn't get our costumes on yet. What are you?
Boston Red Sox. I'm Detroit Tiger.
Wait out there, please!
Miss Weston, how did Dan come back to rehearse by us?
All right, you may have the stage, but don't take too long.
Come on, kids. Put that sign down, Jackie.
Don't I get the whole of it?
Not Boulder City.
What about our costume?
Later. Now line up. It's a big honor and we want to do well. The Chevy Chase Fan Club is grateful to you, Joe, because you taught us this important lesson. You gotta have heart. All you really need is heart. When the odds are saying you'll never win, that's when the grit should start. It's the other way, Joe.
When your luck is betting zero.
Get your chin up off the floor.
Mister, you can be a hero.
You can open any door. You but to do it. You gotta have heart. Miles and miles and miles apart. Oh, it's fine to be a genius, of course, but keep that old horse before the call.
So when the bases are loaded, the count is 3-2. You'll hit a homer, Joe. We can depend on you.
You're a hero, cause you've got heart. You've got heart. You've got heart.
We'll start off with a little speech, and then we'll bring on these acts, whatever they are. Hey, I hope you haven't got too many.
No, there are about 100 fan clubs that want to perform, but we just pick the best.
Give me a list.
Yes, it's in the dressing room.
Miss Thompson, these three parents can't find the costumes.
Excuse me, Mr. Welch.
You're feeling all right about everything, are you, Benny?
I'm bubbling over with joy about the game today and that's gravity.
Well, don't show it. Let's have a good party tonight. We've come to the end of the season better than I've ever dreamed.
2 games left.
Don't you worry. We'll be the champs. All we gotta do is win one of those games.
Wait till we out on us today.
Easy, easy. Well, boy, how's it feel to have the whole town honoring you tonight?
Feels like I wish I deserved it.
We'll show them tomorrow, right, kid?
Here's the list.
Oh, get that.
Excuse us, Joe.
I gotta practice my speech.
Oh, congratulations.
Oh, it's you.
We're putting a dance on your honor tonight. I've become a fan, officially.
That's very nice, Miss Cabana.
Oh, no, Miss Cabana's gone. Didn't you notice? No accident. She failed dismally.
Kidding me again, I guess.
No, Joe, just kidding myself. I'm just a bad hussy who organized a fan club without instructions from Mr. A.
You want us to lose today, didn't you? Didn't you hear him giving me the razz all through the game? Personal things, anything to throw me off. That's why I threw the ball into the stands. I was trying to hit it.
You let in 2 runs and hit an old lady. He was delighted.
What's he want?
Tomorrow's the 24th.
Yes.
I think he doesn't want to lose you.
And what do you want?
I would like to be your friend.
I guess you mean. Thanks.
Joe, you make me feel girlish. And I'm 172 years old. You see, many men have loved me, hopelessly, but I found nothing. Would you believe it? You're such a good, loyal, dumb, ordinary man. You make me feel tender. It's quite exciting. You still believe me.
Hold her all.
Look out!
Hold her all. What
something else. We're going to win that pennant tomorrow. You wait and see.
That's a spirit. Don't you think that's the way a ball player should talk?
I think a lot of things, my friend. You see, I've just come back from Hannibal, Missouri.
Oh, did you stop in and say hello to the boys at the Bugle?
There is no bugle, Mr. Applejuice.
You know my name.
Yes, I do, but I don't know Joe Hardy's name.
What's that, crack?
One thing I do know, his name isn't Joe Hardy.
If you're referring to the rumor that in reality he's Shifty McCoy, I deny it emphatically.
Who's Shifty McCoy?
Well, if you haven't heard it, I haven't said it. What's the big deal anyhow? Why do you say he's not Joe Hardy?
No one back in Hannibal has ever seen or heard from Joe Hardy. His birth isn't registered. He's a faker. Where'd he come from?
Oh, don't be so nosy. Go home, get married, have children.
Clear these things, boys. Excuse me.
Betty.
You part of this shindig?
Betty, hey, you're pretty. Have you ever heard of the ball player named Shifty McCoy?
Isn't he that kid who took the bribe down to Mexican League 4 years ago?
Oh.
We won game and they caught him at it.
What happened?
Took it on the lamp and never saw him again.
Did you know him?
Not personally. I saw his picture in the paper at the time, though. It was quite the scandal.
Of course, that's where I'll find it. Mr. Welch.
I'm ready.
Excuse me, is there a phone I can use? Oh, no, never mind. We're going to start. Clear everybody.
Now this is Joe's night, and I'm not going to start off with any long speeches. Later on, you may have to listen to a tribute or two, but right now we're going to sit down and listen to what some of Joe's fans think of him. This first number is by the I Love You Joe fan club. Yes, that's what it says, and here they are.
Who's got the pain when they do the mambo? Who's got the pain when they go Who's got the pain when they do the mambo? I don't know who. Do you? Who needs a pill when they do the mambo? Who needs a pill when they go Who needs a pill when they do the mambo? I don't know who. Do you? Someone must be sick with the heat or stepping on everyone's feet. But if everyone's feeling okay, why don't we just say olay when the music carries them away? Who's got the pain when they do the mambo? Who's got the pain when they go Who's got the pain when they do the mambo? I don't know who. Do you? Is there a doctor in the house? Is there a doctor in the house? Is there a doctor in the house? Point him out, for there is an element of doubt as to who's got the pain when they do the mambo, who's got the pain when they go who needs a pill when they do the mambo, who needs a pill when they go
Only a little part, don't you think?
Didn't you like it?
Oh, I like the part. Pump him up. I'll bring him down again.
You what?
Keep your eyes open, home wrecker. It's already started.
Mr. Welch just got a call from the commissioner, and that's one call we always answer. Now, a few of Joe's friends are going to do a dance to show Joe what they think of it. There you go.
Joe! Joe, something very terrible has happened. Any minute now there'll be an extra on the street accusing you of being a fellow who took a bribe down in the Mexican League. Quiet! Joe, I want you to tell us this is not true.
Took a bribe?
Yes, Joe.
But I wouldn't do such a thing.
The commissioner has called for a hearing tomorrow morning.
But who would say such a thing about me?
If you can clear yourself, you can play. Otherwise, not.
They gotta let me play. Listen, everybody. You've gotta believe me. I'm not any crook. I died for the team. And I will. And we'll win. We gotta win. And
Joe, hey, come on, man. You're in the act today. Let's go. Don't worry about it. cry when they see one? So do I. Joe ain't done nothing wrong.
Mexican League fooey.
That wise sort of thing, she ought to be run out of town.
Oh, yeah. He's up there with the commissioner right now trying to clear himself.
You know what? I bet those damn Yankees are behind this whole thing.
Yeah, you tell him.
Yeah, he's not scared of us.
Yeah. All right, boys, now let's go out there. We'll play red hot baseball today, whether Joe's with us or not.
There you go, Benny.
We're going to go out there. We're going to fill that stadium with so many base hits, including the Third World War.
There we go.
Yeah.
You know, Benny's right.
We gotta forget about Joe and just think about the game.
Yeah, you can't play good if you're not thinking about the game. I found that out. That's why I picked up this outside hobby. Can anybody give me a 4-letter word for something you do to an egg?
What did Cleveland Indians do to us yesterday?
Well, they murdered
Oh,
us.
come on, nix on that
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
Beat.
Hey, talk about something cheerful, will you? Yeah. Women.
Oh, you forgetting the rules.
No, but I ain't forgetting women either.
And you gotta succeed in the big leagues. We gotta remember all them straight rules.
rules?
No drinking.
Oh,
no women, no late hours.
Oh, come on.
No women. We gotta think about the game. We got to think about the game.
The game, the game,
Got to think about the game.
the game, the game. Booze and bras may be great, though they're great, they'll have to wait while we think about the game.
There was this waitress back in Kansas City. Those cups were done pretty.
Yeah, yeah.
Man, her perfume shouldn't smell sweet. Got up to my hotel suite.
Yeah, yeah.
She rolled up my pigeon for a mess. The lights below as she slips off her dress.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Then I thought about the game.
The game, the game,
Yes, I thought about the game.
the game, the game.
Though I got the lady high, I just left her high and dry, and I thought about the game. There was this Pullman car that I got lost in on a sleeper out in Boston.
Yeah, yeah,
Apartment doors all look the same there. Walking one of theirs is game there.
yeah.
Long, stacked, and absolutely bare, with nothing separating us but air.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And I thought about the game.
The game, the game,
Yes, I thought about the game.
the game, the game.
Oh, my heart is saved for tea. All I said was pardon me, cause I thought about the game.
When a chick gives you the eye, remember abstain. When it's time for some ride, remember refrain.
If you're losing that crap and the clock says it's 11, and suddenly each roll you roll comes up a 7, and you're in the kind of die where men are men.
Be polite, say goodnight, you should be in bed by 10.
When your mother makes your case, remember.
Stay thin.
When you're kissing Julie, remember.
Don't give in. Every rule we shall obey to be sure. Cause the way we've got to stay good and pure. Good and pure.
Hey, Rock, remember those twins we took a ride with? Operated side by side with.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're out of gas 3 miles from Philly. The night is warm, the skies are chilly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I suggest we sleep beneath a tree. Over there for the rock, the chicks and me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So there we are, lying underneath the tree. 4 minds with a single thought. I look at my girl. I look at mine. And then in one fell swoop.
But then they call it the game. The game. The game. The game. The game. To our women, one and all. We will see you in the fall. But for now, we've got to stall every day. And think about the game. Think about the game. Think about the, think about the, think about the, think about the, think about the
Meg,
Thanks for coming.
they postponed the hearing until 10 o'clock tonight.
I wasn't sure whether it was alright for me to phone you.
Of course it was all right.
So I had something to explain. If I had known you were going to be in all this trouble, I wouldn't have asked you to give up your room. I want you to know that. I wouldn't have cared how much people talked.
I guess it was for the best. This is the 24th. It'll all be over soon.
You mean the baseball season?
Everything.
How you talk. Everything what?
We face the Yankees tomorrow for the pennant. If we shouldn't be in the game, would you think I was a crook?
Well, of course I couldn't.
Do you think I'm shifting the coin?
I know you're not. It's silly. You're not the least bit shifty. You're moody. Now they call you Moody McCoy to write some grounds.
At least I want to have my name cleared before I disappear.
What in goodness name are you talking about?
There's a witness coming from Mexico City who knew Shifty McCoy. He's coming to the hearing tonight, and then I'll be proved innocent.
Well, of course, Ward. You're a good boy. I know that.
Do you? Do you think I came from Hannibal, Missouri?
No, I don't. But it's just as Sister said. If you want to pretend you did, then you must have your reasons. And it's an honor to the town. But I do know you're good. I may not be much of a judge of character, but I do know when somebody's good. That's why I kept saying that Joe, the other Joe, will come back. Because he was a good man too. And now that you're gone, I miss him more than ever.
He will come back.
You don't have to cheer me up.
He's closer than you think.
What would you know about him?
It's all right. Just remember what I said. He's near to you, near to you, though you think he's far away. He's near to you, so near to you, as near as April is to May. Can't you feel him there in his favorite chair, staring at the fireplace? He's near to you, so near to you, you might as well be face to face. For it's just as though he was standing as close as I know it's hard to imagine, but try. If he's really dear to you, he's near to you. You may be far apart,
psychology, baby. It's just psychology. Do you think this noble young Joe Hardy will abandon the team and the men who trusted in him? Never.
But suppose.
You're not supposed to suppose. I put a lot of effort into this case.
Well, he's an interesting boy.
And once I've got him for keeps, I'll make him throw the game. That'll kill him.
As for me, I'm sorry.
What did you say?
I said I'm sorry for him.
I've noticed of late a certain laxity on your part. Have you forgotten every principle that I've taught you? All right, 100 times.
Never feel sorry for anybody. Never feel sorry for anybody.
I must select something appropriate for this evening's hearing. Ah, that looks terrible. I'll wear that.
Never feel sorry for anybody. Never feel sorry for anybody.
I can only wonder who that would be. Come in, Joe!
Never feel sorry for anybody. Never feel sorry for anybody.
All right, Lola, after. We have the world's greatest baseball player in our presence. Let us do him homage.
It's very kind of you to say that, Mr. Applegate, but it doesn't look as though Joe Hardy would ever make the Hall of Fame.
One can never tell.
That's what I came to talk to you about, Mr. Applegate. I'd like to exercise the escape clause, which is to take place on the 24th, which is today.
Aren't you being a little hasty?
I thought it all over. I found that there's something more important in life than being a hero.
Deep, deep, this boy. Very deep.
I want out. I want to go back.
Very well. An operation like this must take place at the witching hour. So in 5 minutes to midnight, if you still wish to go back, just say the word.
Suppose the hearing's still going on. You're going to change me right there in front of everybody?
Oh no, that is cause talk. No. If you still wish to go back, all you have to say is let's step in the next room. Joe Hardy will walk through the door and never return. Took it on the lamb, they'll say.
I just want to make sure there was no misunderstanding. Goodbye, Lola.
Never feel sorry for anybody. Never feel sorry for anybody.
All right, Lola, let's not just have the letter, let's have the spirit.
Never feel sorry for anybody. Never feel sorry for anybody.
Don't get too impudent with me, or I'll degrade you and get Clementine up here for this work. Get too fresh with me and I'll put you back on your broom. Now, when I get out to this hearing, you get out there and think of 3 dirty tricks, and they better be good. What's the matter with you, huh? You discourage me. Whenever I, from time to time, depressed, and a trauma wells and swells within my breast, I find some pride inside of me as I fondly walk the lane of memory. I see Bonaparte be one, if ever I've seen one, and Nero fiddling through that lovely place, and Toinette dainty queen with her quaint guillotine. Those were the good old days. I see Indians ragging an empty colored wagon when scalping the settlers was the latest craze. And that glorious morn, Jack the Ripper was born. Those were the good old days. I'd sit in my rocking chair, peacefully rocking there, count my blessings by the score. Rock was in fashion, the flakes were my passion, each day held a new joy in store. Was anybody happy? I see cannibals munching on missionary luncheon. The years may have flown, the memory stays like the hopes that were dashed when the stock market crashed. Those were the good old days. I'd walk 1,000,000 miles or more for some of the glory of the good old days.
longer it took, why the more I praise all that era of pain, long before Novocaine. Those were the good old days. I dozed by the fireside, dreaming of cyanide, never a worry or a care. And how can one measure the infinite pleasure of dreaming of the electric chair? Some people found it shocking. And in the isles I lay on, with arson and mayhem, it's a happy routine, but it always plays. And my favorite encore was the 100 Years' War. Those were the good old days. I gladly sail the 7 seas for just one reprise of those good old days.
Well, I'll tell you because I value the good name of baseball more than I do a victory for my own team.
Well, just because a picture in the paper taken 4 years ago happens to look something like him.
Mr. Welch.
I know.
Miss Thorpe has it.
It's not because of the pictures. The picture only fortified my suspicion that he had a phony background.
Well, he never lived in Hannibal. That much I'll promise you.
Not just now.
The paper paid my expenses to come on down here and testify.
Not just now, please. Sit back down. Mr. Hardy,
Yes, sir.
tell me, boy, if you were really brought up in Hannibal, how do you account for the fact that no one there seems to remember you?
If I may interject a word, out of Hannibal, Missouri comes this young woman, subtle, sophisticated. She approaches this simple man
Who are you
here.
calling simple? Wait a minute now.
Mr. Commissioner, I'd like to ask Mr. Applegate just a question. If, as you say, Mr. Joe Hardy was born in Hannibal, Missouri, why is there no record of his birth?
You've asked a question,
I have.
and I will answer it.
Thanks ever so.
And it will bring the blush of shame to your brow and many tears to your eye to know that Joe's birth was not recorded because his parents were not married. I hope you're satisfied.
Yes, we'll strike that inquiry.
And I hope this remorseless inquisition has reached its climax. Yes. Ah, good news. My witness from Mexico City will be here in 30 minutes.
30 minutes? I can't wait. It's 11:45 now.
Mr. Commissioner, I've got to say one thing. I've got to make one thing clear. I've been jeered and abused because I wrote that article, but I did not originate the rumor about Shifty McCoy. I heard it from someone else.
Well, who?
That platitudinous manager of our young phenom, from Mr. Applegate.
Applegate, that's impossible.
He told you that?
Silence! Mr. Applegate, is this true?
That is one of the most dastardly misrepresentations.
Just answer the question.
I'm called here to answer questions. Instead, let me ask a question. When my time is needed to fight graft and corruption and organized baseball, why am I called upon to quibble with these fellow travelers?
We came here to witness.
If you please.
Just a second late.
We're with Mrs. Boyd.
Take your hands off me, you Republican!
We've decided that we should speak up.
They're material witnesses.
Why, hello there, Mr. Hawkins.
How are you, Meg?
It's the Miller girls.
Hello, girls. How are you all?
You seem well acquainted.
Yes, but we'd like to take the stand and testify.
We'll take the oath or anything.
You see, at first we didn't remember Joe, but then when I remembered him, and I reminded the girls, pretty soon they remembered him too.
Hello there, Joe. My, I just finally know you've grown up so.
You knew him?
We picked huckleberries together.
Don't you mind, Mr. Hawkins? He used to come in and collect the mail for old Mrs. Keeper.
5 minutes before midnight.
What is it, Joe?
I'd like to go into the other room and speak with Mr. Applegate.
Wait, Joe. He remembers.
Sure. Now I remember him.
I knew it! I knew Joe wouldn't lie.
Silence!
That boy stood there and let them call him a liar, and now, by God, he's vindicated.
I don't want anyone to leave this room.
I said to Benny Van Buren this morning, I said, I know this boy. He's true blue. I know a loyal player when I see one. I says this boy would go to hell for this team.
You got that right, Mr. Welch. Isn't that what you said, Meg?
Yes, sir. Mr. Welch, because we didn't care what the paper said. We never lost faith in Joe. He may have come from a poor family, but that's no sign of disgrace in this age. Certainly some of the greatest men in our country came from poor families. And the way it turned out, some of the greatest baseball players did too. You see, we three, when we were young back in Hannibal, knew each other, and Mr. Hawkins knew us. So when we heard about this whole thing, we couldn't bear to see an injustice done, which is why we pushed through. And even though the corridors were so crowded, I just thought we'd never make it, but we did.
Joe,
Oh, where is he?
he's asleep. I gave him a pill.
Why didn't you give him two?
I did. Move over.
Why not? We're both in the same club now.
Oh, Joe, don't cry.
You should have been there. Mr. Welch said, I know this boy. He'd go to hell for the team. Don't you think that's funny?
You're going to win, Joe.
Maybe.
I fixed it for you. I said I gave him 2 pills. I gave him 4. He was so delighted with himself and horsing around, and he said, give me drink of demon rum. You know, big joke. So I did, and I slipped 4 pills into it. He won't wake up until after the game.
But I want him to be there. I want him to have to sit right there and watch us win the pennant.
If he were there, you wouldn't win.
Well, then he's putting me in center view. I wouldn't be able to hear him from out there. I wouldn't even look at him.
It doesn't matter. He owns you now.
Oh, I see. I guess I didn't know how it worked. Lola, what were you?
I was the ugliest woman in Providence, Rhode Island.
You'll be good and sore at what you did. Do you think he'll turn you back?
He's right.
2 lost souls. I don't know whether to cry or make jokes.
Oh, Joe. Jokes. Make jokes. We're together tonight and maybe never again.
Then we ought to make the best of it.
Oh, please.
How do we do that?
You think of some way.
Just give me a second now. I'll think of something. I got it. So, what's the next step?
Joe, would you like to take Lola someplace tonight?
Yes, I would. Took me a long time, didn't it?
You like music? You like dancing?
Yes?
Hey, Joe.
No more questions about the game. We're here tonight to have fun.
So are we.
That's what I mean. Everybody have fun. They're just relaxing.
We sure are.
They're only human.
2 lost souls on the highway of life. We ain't even got a sister or brother, but ain't it just great? Ain't it just grand? We got each other. 2 lost ships on the stormy sea. One with no sail and one with no rudder, but ain't it just great? Ain't it just grand? We got each other. 2 lost sheep with no route on the hills, far from the other Jacks and Jills. We wandered away and ran astray, but we ain't fussing 'cause we've got us and we're 2 lost souls on the highway of life, and there is no one with whom we would rather say, ain't it just great? Ain't it just grand? We got each other. Wherever we go, whatever we do, as long as you've got me and I've got you, we've got a lot. Because we got each other.
Hey, Joe, you call that dancing?
Some of the best living is done at night, believe me.
I'm telling you, they were just trying to keep Joe out of the game. The whole thing was a frame up.
Those 3 dames from Hannibal sure told them. Those old ladies ought to get invited.
Old ladies? Well, it doesn't matter.
It's what we get for lying.
A little white lie for something as important as the pennant is nothing to be ashamed of.
No, I suppose not.
Because if we lose, I'm going to kill myself.
Well, the rhubarb's over, and Van Buren comes back to the dugout. It's the first half of the 8th inning. Washington leads 4-3. New York Yankees have potential tying run at second base, and boy, I'd like to bring that runner home. All right, we're all set to go once again. There's a stretch. Check to the early off second base. Here comes the pitch. Oh, and there's a long drive going deep into left field, but is fouled by 3 feet.
Foul! It's a foul!
You knew I had to get to the game.
I tried to wake you. I shook you and shook you.
Oh, you lie. I see it all now. You doped me. But why? Why did you do it?
Because I love him.
Love.
Yes!
What happened?
Why you tried to steal second?
They got him. They got him. Come on, Smokey. They got the arm for you.
What's the score?
4-3 Washington.
Oh, good. I'll get there right in time. Washington will lose, even if I have to change him back right in front of everyone.
Well, I don't want to see it.
Come back here. Come back here, you.
Coming up now for the Yankees is Hank Bauer. On deck, the Yankees phenom Mickey Mantle. It's the first half of the 9th inning. One away, nobody on. The Senators now just 2 outs away from the pennant. Hank Bauer steps in hitting position. Hodge with out of the mound looks to get a sign. Also to go. He swings into the windup. Around comes the right arm, and in comes the pitch. Bauer swings. There's a hard hit ground ball and leaves the hole between third and short. Sullivan charges over, backhands the ball beautifully. There's the long throw.
Hey, what's the score? What's the score, bud?
4-3, Washington.
Come on, Max. We got him now.
Mickey Mantle at bat. Get this guy! Get this guy!
Come on, Yankees!
Joe, play deep.
Come on, Washington. Come on, Joe.
Come on, Joe. What's happening? What's he doing?
He can't run. He's lame or something.
What's going on? He caught it!
I'll get him. Hey! It was on television!
Benny, I shut out the fans, and Benny, I shut out the crowd until I get this straight. Is Joe all right?
Disappeared.
He can't disappear.
I can't find him.
Benny, it looks like something happened to him when he was going for that ball.
That's what happened. Took off like a rabbit. Took a jab at it. Then all of a sudden it was like he was something different. Like he was a different person, clumsy. And then by God, she was gone. Then, by some chance, he reached out and grabbed it. I tried to go see him, but the crowd got in the way. I haven't seen him since.
Benny! Just got back from Joe's locker. He was gone, but he got his clothes there.
Oh,
Come on.
Neither Mr. Welch nor Benny Van Buren will affirm or deny the disappearance of Joe Hardy. However, many of the players admitted that from the moment he caught that ball and ran to the clubhouse, none of them has seen him since. Where is he?
Sir, is that you?
Hey, wow.
Joe! Oh, Joe, the sight!
A wonderful sight.
Oh, Joe! Where have you been? Sorry, I wasn't going to ask that. I didn't mean to.
Don't ask it.
I won't.
Don't ever ask it.
Promise. You've been on a secret mission, but you're back.
You'll have me.
All right, Joe.
Hi.
Tell me things.
We got our little joke.
Things about us.
Listen, Joe, it was a mean trick to turn you away. I didn't mean it. It was an impulse, and I regret it. You can come back tomorrow, be Joe Hardy, win the World Series, and be a hero. I'm not normally a mean man, Joe. I just made a mistake. And I've forgiven Lola, too. Look.